Hello, everybody, and welcome to AJS Gaming News. Sorry we're a little late, but it's a busy week.
Yes.
Very busy week. Family flying in and everything. Let's get straight to the news. The sponsor this week, very important sponsor.
It's me.
Is Other Joe.
Yes.
If you like Other Joe, make sure you hit the bell on the notifications of the sub and like this video.
Be kind. Just click.
All right. They're sponsored by Angry Joe Show for the Angry Joe Show.
Yes.
Excellent.
Let's get to the news.
All right. Well, this is a big week for Google. The Stadia.
Small week.
Oh yeah. Well, some people said it was really good, but most people.
Those people that said it was good were
bad.
paid shills, idiots, morons.
I agree.
They completely decided to not test the service anywhere else but their little fucking Google bubble.
What if that one person had like
IGN?
like a gigabit Ethernet, like internet, and
No,
everything was
even
perfect.
people that had
I know,
perfect conditions at various newspapers, Joe, if you will put up a video of a guy basically pressing a button, jumping, and it jumps like 3 seconds later.
Let's see it.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Good job.
Stadia, okay, I know we already talked about this in the last news that Stadia is a disaster. What is a confirmed disaster, I still don't have my Stadia. People we know still don't have their Stadias. The Founders Edition, you have to pay this much to get it, and you don't get it.
Yeah.
And you don't get the features that were promised.
What's new this
week?
week?
They lie to you about 4K.
That's one of the big things. Is so Google had a week to kind of formulate its response, right?
They lied.
And so they're saying that it's not our fault. They're passing the buck. They're saying that, no, it's these lazy game devs who didn't make the games that they made like 7 years ago.
What are you talking about? That was like 7 years ago. What do you want us to do?
They wanted us to future-proof our game for your fucking stupid Stadia service.
We didn't even know that you were going to make it.
Yeah. So they said that, look, the service itself is fully 4K ready, but some of the games haven't caught up yet. The developers are going to be working hard on doing it. But if you made Tomb Raider like 6 years ago, you're probably not going to go back through and touch it up just for Google Stadia.
We need you to come back in the office and stay on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it's just like, what? I don't even work for that company anymore. It's like, no, you're coming back. So right now, Stadia's in a weird spot, right? It's $130 to purchase it.
It's not in a weird spot. It is in a disaster spot.
Yes.
There's no reason you should purchase Stadia. It is not a good deal. Period. Yeah. I don't have an official review yet because I don't have a unit. I'm not going on eBay and spending $300, which
Why would
we looked at.
anybody sell that?
Why would anybody sell it? Because they know they can make money because people like to buy shit that is not available. If it's sold out, people will buy it.
But it's not good.
Yeah,
I would get it for an amazing product.
Here, the
it's like,
thing
sure, you can
is
overprice it. But
it is a service that you pay for monthly, and then you pay for the games on top of that. That's when it was dead on arrival right there. The fact that it comes out and the service doesn't even provide what it's supposed to, and none of the features are available until March of 2020 or longer, proves it puts an even more a 30th nail in the coffin.
The problem is, like, if they had just said that this was a beta, right? You pay for the thing, we'll give you some stuff later, we'll credit your account. Then the perception's a little bit different, right? They get to say, look,
early access coming in the future, but you can test it now.
Yeah, and we'll give you credit in your account later on, years from now, or whenever they want to do. But it just didn't look right. And the problem is you've got competitors that are already looking like they're just going to crush Stadia. Like Microsoft is looking like they're going to kill Stadia.
Cloud. You don't have to pay for the games individually. You just pay for the service. In an age of Netflix and Disney Plus and fucking HBO Max and fucking Apple and fucking CBS All Access and DC All Access and fucking Crunchyroll and all these fucking things.
And
you're telling me
you're taking a step back with what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me pay for something that you're not even giving me what you said you'd give me, and then I got to buy the games on top of it, and the games are going to run worse and look worse than the games that if I would have just bought it. No, man.
Yeah,
no.
You can buy a
What's
used Xbox One, and it looks better than it does on Stadia.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
No, so it came out, but I agree with you. If they had said, look, man, we don't want to rush things, and we promise all these things. We're going to roll this back. We're going to say, hey, it's going to come out 2020, 2021. And we'll have early access to it right now, and you can help us test this worldwide or whatever, right? But no, that's not what they did. They said, hey, Google Stadia is out right now.
Give me money.
Pick it up. Give me money. Make me pay for this overpriced fucking controller and force access, even though there's like a free bit to it. You can't get to the free bit right now. You have to pay me money and all this other shit. And that is insulting. That is misleading consumers. This is the worst launch of a video game anything from a big company
I'm
in
trying
the
to
longest
think,
time. Like a console. This is not a console, but it is a service. It's an alternative to consoles. It's an alternative to PCs. And it just was one of the worst launches ever. And I don't think that they should be able to get away with this.
No, it's a huge embarrassment for them. I mean, it may just go the way of like Google Glass and some of the other things. I mean, they have a lot of programs that they've just like canceled out of nowhere. And they have people who are earlier adopters buy all the stuff, and then they're like, oh, by the way,
collector's edition.
Just throw that away.
Well,
Google's collector edition.
If you've been following the AJS news show, you wouldn't have known to not buy this shit. If you had 2 eyes open during the past 3 months, you would have known not to buy this shit.
Yeah.
So
but
you're safe.
Well,
who bought this?
175,000 people have downloaded the Google Stadia app, which means that that's
roughly,
that's a lot.
It's not.
I mean, from what I thought.
That's an indie game,
7.
Joe.
They were going to get 7.
7 people.
I can tell you indie games that sell way more than that. A single game, not a goddamn service console application from one of the biggest companies in the world.
Yeah. So,
but
that's how many. I mean, I wonder how many were like games journalists or other people seeing what the fuss is about. But it's
And then the other half, Joe, couldn't even get it to work the way it was supposed to work. So they're probably not even playing it anymore. So that number's probably in the 50,000 right now.
It's one expensive paperweight.
Yeah. Well, they have to figure it out pretty quick because they're getting a lot of different competition, right? So we talked about Microsoft, but Amazon is expected. We got some news from CNET this week that Amazon is expected to announce their own game streaming service. And if Amazon can learn.
Twitch? No.
Well, there's going to be Twitch integration directly with all those things. Gotcha. And so Amazon is hiring people right now. They're trying to headhunt from some of the other companies and trying to bring people in to kind of do the same thing. But the benefit is they've learned from all of Google's mistakes. They probably, I mean, they've got the resources. We know they've got money. People this week are going to spend a lot of money on Amazon. So, like,
well, whatever it is, it better not be spend monthly and then buy the games individually. Yeah. These types of services will not hit mass market. They won't hit mass success if that's what you have them doing. Yeah. Period.
Or I can see a hybrid method where it's like you pay $10 a month, but the games are hugely discounted. Like the AAA games are $10, $15 instead of $60. Sure. But I would never spend $60 on a AAA game if I was already paying $130 for a controller and then $10, $15 a month.
Or get a system where you buy it once and you also get it on that service or whatever. Yeah. I don't know how they would do that, but
yeah, so I'm just gonna stick to my Game Pass.
Well, they could do that on Amazon, right? They could track your sale on that, and then I don't know, but no.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, this is an interesting.
The only one that I think is cool is the xCloud. Look, you pay one service, you get access to all their games on the Xbox library on their servers, which has been pretty good, except for downloading stuff. The Xbox and PS4 take forever to download things.
You have to you start and then you go to bed and then you wake up and you hope it's done.
My Xbox turned off. It's like, no.
Yeah. Damn it.
It'll resume.
Well, it's important. I mean, we've heard a lot of people say that like streaming is going to like bring in an extra billion people to video games, which I think is absolutely insane. But we did get other actual concrete numbers of downloaded video games. So Call of Duty, this in its first month sold 4.75 million copies. That's just digital downloads.
The latest one.
The most recent
Modern
one.
Warfare.
Yeah, and they took like a new stab at the way that they were going to do. Like the president of the company, like the rumor is he didn't want to be Microtransactivision anymore.
The
and so we
the baddies.
And I think they're getting it's paying off for them.
Yeah.
I mean, these are good sales numbers, and hopefully they take this and say, look, we can have a profitable game and not just screw you with they needed to add more stuff, right? We did get more maps. We got some more other things, so they needed it.
I saw this big banner that says the biggest Call of Duty free content drop ever. Oh, great.
Yeah.
I saw new maps, new modes, new guns, all of this stuff, and I'm like, I can't believe this is Call of Duty. I'm really impressed and happy for the company.
I, for one, really liked the story. I was like, I bought it, and I got a couple of friends that bought it too for the story alone. They're like, this is an amazing story.
Yeah,
you have
and
to check
I
it
like
out.
the multiplayer, though the meta is, oh my god, it's in a bad state. They need to go in.
There were some problems the first couple weeks.
Unplayable. No, there's still
Shotguns.
problems now.
Are the shotguns still
the balancing? They did tweak it, but still, there's lots of things that they need to address, and hopefully they will. But I just would like to, them to see that they can have success without nickeling and diming everybody and squeezing.
There is a better way,
There's a better way, and it does sound like they're seeing there's a better way.
Yeah, I mean they're making a ton of money. They were really happy with the first month's sales, and then we're going into the holiday time. They're gonna make even more money. So hopefully
I'm ready to talk good about Call of Duty. All right, I'm ready for them to change their ways.
Yeah.
Next Call of Duty that comes out, then shoot, we might push it harder.
Yeah.
You do quid pro quo or whatever it's called. You take all your microtransactions out. I buy a copy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're gonna test
I
it
might
anyway.
even tell my friends to buy a copy, which I did, and so far it's worked out. So now the second thing.
It's like, psych, we got you.
Yeah.
Bam, here's everything.
Sometimes you just feel
they said no. They better not. Better not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
It's hard for me to trust again.
No, for that company does not have the good track record.
Yeah. We got a little bit of insight and on why Blizzard has made some of the decisions that they've made in the last several months. Like I don't even want to get into some of the political stuff that they decided to do with like banning of players and ignoring things, but Blizzard has successfully sued a Chinese mobile publisher. And this is something that's very difficult to do. Like, we've seen Pokemon games that it's just like they're absolute Chinese ripoffs. There's like
you can get anything you want from China.
Yeah. And so there's like
IP is just out of control.
You can do anything you want.
IP
there's like a Disneyland. I think there's still a Disneyland in China that's like a remade Disneyland that there's like you can't do anything about it.
What is this called? I want to go.
You want to go? Yeah.
I want to go.
You'll just go with teacups and die. Like it'll just fall off the track.
No, Disney's too powerful at
this is
point.
Ricky Rouse.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. Sure. If that's what you want to call him.
Yeah. Well, Blizzard and NetEase have recently won a copyright lawsuit against 4399 Network.
Racist.
For Overwatch. And so the mobile game company had used a lot of character models that were very familiar to us, some of their popular their Overwatch characters. And they had the parts of the games were very reminiscent of some of the things in Overwatch, and they were successful in suing them. Now, this is something that almost never happens. Like there are fake Marvel characters, there are fake Disney everything, there's fake Pokemon, there's fake Harry Potter, there's fake everything in China, and it's really difficult for American companies to protect their IP. And if Blizzard has this partnership power, you kind of see one of the reasons why they're willing to do that. One, it's a giant market, but two, being able to be in there, they can protect that customer base. So I found it was kind of funny because when Overwatch was actually released, people gave Blizzard a lot of crap for, it's like, hey, isn't this kind of a lot like Team Fortress 2, and there's a lot of similarities between.
Like, silence him.
Yeah, and so they,
they copied some elements, and now they're being copied. They're being
copied.
Like, hey,
you stop that. We can do that. You can't do that.
I know, but I've seen direct. But I've seen direct copies from China stuff like that. That's too far.
No, it was a Pikachu. It was a Pikachu, not Pikachu.
Pikachu.
There you go.
Yeah. We got some streamers. The streamer exodus. The very successful streamer exodus from Twitch is continuing. Disguised Toast. Jeremy Disguised Toast Wang is going to Facebook gaming. Plays a lot of games I like watching.
Facebook
I've
gaming?
actually seen them actually make a push because I saw a commercial in the NFL, like Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
They're doing
Facebook gaming?
Yeah, it's an Oculus brought to you by Facebook Gaming. I was like, what? I didn't even know there's a thing.
Yeah, so
my email box is still open.
Yeah,
Mixer,
hit us
Facebook
up.
gaming with those multi-million-dollar contracts.
What?
What?
Come on.
Hey man, you want
We's
MVPs?
We's funny.
Yeah. No, I mean we're working with Twitch, and Twitch.
We're gonna go to Google Gaming.
I'm fine.
Bam.
yeah,
Google Stadia streaming gaming.
if they've got the money.
Awesome.
I would do that. It's like,
Awesome.
yeah,
No, they'd have to pay quite a bit.
That's it.
not that much. I'd work for half
Then
of quite a
I'd be
bit.
Like, I'm good, and my
1 year
kids are good,
contract.
and my
Yeah.
kids are good. There we go.
Yeah, people are expecting Twitch to kind of come back, but I don't think it's all like and come back and try to corral some of their big talent. But it's not looking like it's super necessary. We've had all these big names leave Twitch, and they're real big for like a week, and then you see like Ninja's numbers just plummet, and you see all these other people that it's
Are
kind
the
of
numbers plummeting?
Yeah, it's like because the first month they were giving free subscriptions to his channel, and then so like you see these continue to drop, and so Twitch doesn't actually have a whole lot of reason to go out because they're like, look, if you want to go out and spend I don't know how many millions of dollars on him, we'll just replace him with whoever was number 2, and then they'll have just as many.
Next man up.
Yeah, it's just like you keep bringing the next people up.
Yeah. I mean, Twitch has problems as a platform. I mean, we work with them. We're even doing the NFL stuff. Hard to get a hold of them even when something happens.
Something
for
catastrophically
us,
is
like
wrong.
ads or like the thing's not working right, and my reps communication Twitch bad, enforcement of rules Twitch bad,
Inconsistent for sure.
inconsistent, but they do good things too. I mean, they've got these the newest thing I've heard of is watching parties on Amazon,
yeah.
like because they can utilize the Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
shit
and I could finally show you my amazing
Right.
movies.
I want to do that
I
really
got
bad.
some good
I
ones.
don't know if it's. I think it's in beta, and
Yes,
some
come
people
on.
have started it. We want to be able to do that. If somebody at Twitch can contact us, even though we're working with you guys and we should have contacts already, we'd like to do some viewing
Can we get a
parties
reply?
so
That'd be
that
nice.
everybody
Yeah.
can go through the torture that we go through.
It's not torture.
It's terrible. You've made me watch some terrible things.
bunch
It's
of
some good
beers and we'll
What was
watch
it?
some bad movies.
Slingshot cops.
It was
and
so
like
good.
sex squatch. Like no, these are terrible things. All right. Well, the big story this week.
Wait, before your big story, let me
Yeah.
inject a small story.
Yeah.
Personal story because I like Planetside 2. I've liked Planetside 2 for a very long time. Reason, we could actually be an angry army in it. And boy, in the glory days.
7 years ago.
We would roll out 150 more people. And, man,
It was
the
real
coolest
Battlefield.
fucking thing in the world, right? But I just didn't like some of the people that ran it, their community manager and all the other stuff, and the tournaments they had. We got screwed over on all that, and a lot of stories I could tell y'all in the future. But whatever, I still played the game, and they need to add content and update the game, and that kind of stuff was slow, and then you got the monetization of it, and then you had so then they announced Planetside Arena. It's like, what is this? And you look at it, it's a battle royale, and you're like, okay, here we go.
7
battle
years after
royale.
the game was launched, they're like, you know what we need? A battle royale. Yeah.
That'll reinvigorate everybody, and we'll be the
that's what
next.
it is.
We'll be the next PUBG. We'll be the next Fortnite. I think this thing launched at the beginning of like September of this year.
Yeah.
And it's dead.
It was
There's
dead.
like
there
one
was
playing.
There was one person playing. It's not
One
dead.
player.
Kevin
That's-
is still playing.
That was the
He's still
peak
looking for
players.
somebody.
Yeah.
Peak players won. Not even the developers were in their
Till
own
this
game.
day,
Yeah.
you can still hear Kevin.
Yeah.
So that game was dead on arrival.
Oh.
Came out, and
That sucks.
it's a pretty colossal disaster.
Who didn't see that coming,
know.
though? I mean, it's just like
I know. Well, they needed to be working. Why did they distract their developers with that shit? They could have been putting more time and effort into Planetside 2 itself with new content. But I think at this point it is finally confirmed that Planetside 3 is a thing.
Kevin's
And
keeping
will
it
come out.
alive.
Now, I don't know.
it's not dead if he's still playing.
I
all right.
think it's confirmed. I don't want to have to, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
And I for one, can't wait for it. And,
they do it right.
Throw this bad taste out of your mouth trying to jump in this fucking BR fad, the Battle Royale fad. No.
What BR fad? There hasn't been a BR fad for 2 years.
Exactly. Why didn't you tell them that?
I don't know. No one asked me.
If they do Planetside 3 right, it's going to be at one of the tops of my lists, and we can roll together again as the angry army. But really, there's not been much. It's like it makes me wonder what's going on at Daybreak. Are they small? Do they not have the funds? I can't wait for them to ramp up.
They spent all that money on
Battle Royale. Planetside Arena.
Yeah, all right. for one guy.
Planetside Arena is dead. Long live Planetside 3.
Yes. Well, the big one this week that had the internet humming and people, thirsty for something to be outraged out is CD Projekt Red is now the devil. So burn all your Witcher stuff.
Never.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, you lied to me.
Fucking liars. I'm never buying it. No, come on, guys. I saw this.
It was absolutely ridiculous. So
CD Projekt Red announcing many microtransactions in Cyberpunk.
Yes. So
but that's not really what happened.
No. And so what's important to know is the release schedule of Cyberpunk, right? So we're going to get the game, and then we're going to get DLC, which will be free.
You're going to get a complete game, single player from start to finish, no microtransactions. You're going to, in fact, get free DLC.
Free DLC afterwards.
You're going to, and who knows, we could get expansions to the story in the future, substantial ones like we saw with Witcher 3, Blood and Wine, very good. And then they were also thinking, well, multiplayer, nah, we won't do multiplayer. Okay, maybe we'll do multiplayer. Yeah. I don't know. Let's work on it. Maybe there'll be multiplayer, but it will not come until much after we're playing the game. And then this recent thing is we're looking at ways that potentially to monetize. Yeah. Or what was, I don't remember the exact quote.
It was
but
monetized.
It wasn't like, we're going to fucking throw in dirty ass motherfucking loot boxes into the game, and then of course all the YouTube channels or whatever, all the drama people that have been waiting to see CD Projekt fail because they're jealous that their favorite company is not doing so well and held up on a pedestal, and their games are not praised as much as CD Projekt and Cyberpunk and Witcher 3. I understand the mentality on the internet. I know they cannot wait to knock somebody off their table. It's contrarian. So they ran with it and said, "Oh, they're betraying everybody."
Well, they said
the game's not even fucking out.
Yeah.
They said we're still developing this. We have no idea, but if we do it, it's going to be worth whatever is monetized will be worth it. We don't know whether that means we're going to monetize it where you get a free multiplayer component and there's some additional costumes that you can buy.
Yeah, skins or something like
There's 30 skins in the game, and we're going to offer 2 additional skins in Halloween for $10 or $3, whatever. It could be any of that shit.
If there's a company that you give the benefit of the doubt to, it's CD Projekt Red.
It's CD Projekt Red. Yes, I get it. Now, granted, that doesn't mean they're above the law, but it's where we do give them a benefit of the doubt because of their history, right? But if they announce, but if they do announce, yes, they are loot boxes, and yes, it's tied to progression, and yes, give me $99.99, for
a year,
for opening of a loot box, then fuck them. And they will get the wrath that all the other companies got. Yeah. And I hope they know that, and they do know that.
They do know that. Well, they've made mention. They've
their
responded.
Their entire reputation is based on that. So for people to freak out and say, like, the sky is falling and CD Projekt Red has betrayed people, it's like, shut the fuck up. You're doing it for drama, clicks. You're doing it for whatever, and I hate that shit.
Yeah, they themselves have made mention that like, look, we've got a good relationship. We got a good deal with the gamers. They know that what we put out will be worth its money, and we're not going to do things like launch a game and then add monetization later. They specifically said they are not going to do that. Right. So something that comes out 9 months after a game, 6 months after a game for free, like if it is a free multiplayer thing, and they're like, hey, look, you can buy some skins, that seems totally fine with me.
Yeah, I mean. I look at the multiplayer component in like a whatever. Honestly,
I didn't want it.
I have no faith in the multiplayer component. I haven't seen it. Don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Don't
care
even
about
know
what it is.
I care about Cyberpunk. I care about that game experience is going to be good. If it sucks, I'm going to say it sucks. Yeah. If it isn't and it's great, then I'm going to praise it. I don't give a shit about the multiplayer. Now, if they could take that multiplayer and it's a free mode in addition, and they want to throw in some monetization or some that's fair
monetization in a way that
then I don't have any problem with
no matter what, no loot boxes.
Even if at one point in their life they said, we will never monetize our games ever. We do not like money, and everybody is going to go broke.
Yeah.
Right? We make games for free, and we have a money tree in the back that we pay all of our employees with. Then fine. Yes, now let's go.
I looked. I didn't see that quote.
No.
I looked everywhere. Oh, if you find the quote, you put it up there and you let me know.
What I'm saying is, even if they did say that, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They are allowed to make money off their success because they've been doing things the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, what you get in the collector's edition is amazing. It's even better than other types comparable collector's editions, and that's how you get the goodwill of the gamers. And I hope they continue that. Don't fuck it up.
So the thing is, like, you keep
don't fuck it up,
because now, like, we have like this shared fate with them.
Yeah,
because like we're praising them, like, no, give them the benefit of the doubt. Now, if they
and then those trolls are gonna be like, "See, I told you, there's loot boxes. You fucking Joe, you blind."
Yeah.
Hey, all right. Well, no, I was basing my opinion on
You're blinded by love, man.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm basing my opinion on an educated guess that they wouldn't do that, but based upon everything they've done in the past. Are you guys with me or against me?
I'm with you.
Well,
Fuck CD Projekt Red. Those fucking assholes are going to put microtransactions into the goddamn Cyberpunk. Fuck them. Canceling my pre-order.
Yeah, we need to film both parts so we have something to call back on 6 months.
Yeah.
It's just
How dare you motherfuckers. Yeah. You done fucked it up. Oh, my God. That was an amazing game. Thank you. Amazing.
Yes.
You done did it right.
We did it. Yeah. So it's on the record
There's
now.
Both.
Asses covered.
Choose
all right.
one.
Well, that's all we got this week. Sorry it was late, but it's the holidays. So
yeah. So please subscribe and click the links below. Merch, posters, whatever. Just subscribe, enjoy our content, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye,
guys.